7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What is good? Man, it is hot as balls out right now. I think it's like 33 Celsius with the humidity. It's probably around like 80% humidity right now. Maybe a little bit higher. In the summer, that's the only shitty thing about where I live in the summer. I don't know if it's like this in all of Ontario, but I assume so. Ontario is basically like friggin' swampland and lakes. So we just get extreme humidity, 80-90% in the summer. I actually wanted to address a issue, not with me personally, but just with you know, I've gone on group rides, and this is exactly why sometimes people don't like group rides. Is, you know, some people just aren't cut out for group rides. Like, they just don't understand not even the rules, but just the safety of it. Staggered formation, you know. If you're going around corners, especially blind corners, but any kind of turn and corners, single file. You don't necessarily actually have to be in a perfect single file. That's ridiculous. But you want to be in a single file, kind of like a one behind the other type of deal. That way, if you know you're going around the corner, you're not in staggered formation. If the person in front of you needs to, you know, dip right, dip left, whatever they need to do, they got places to move. You should never know going around a corner. All of a sudden, I don't like being in this guy's blind spot. Going around a corner, you never know if you're gonna, especially a blind corner, come up against you know, a pothole or whatever it may be, and you need to either, you know, slow down, maneuver, and going single file around corners and stuff gives you that room for error. It gives you that little bit of buffer. And that's another thing, you know, you don't follow too close. It isn't a racetrack. The streets aren't a racetrack. Okay, give yourself room. Don't ride the person in front of his ass. I've had people do that in group rides where they're like right on my ass, and after like, oh, sorry, I'm falling too close. I just don't want to lose the guy up ahead. You shouldn't be worried about losing anybody up ahead. You know what I mean? Like, the people in front of me aren't pulling away. I'm keeping a pace. It's called a pace. So that if anything happens in a corner when we're out here ripping on them twisties, you know, I don't get an accident, or I don't push somebody to have an accident, right? That's where you got to use common sense in your brain. Be safe, especially when you're doing, like, you know, semi-unsafe things. And all this stems to is because a group I go riding with, and I've ridden, you know, right behind this chick. I've ridden right behind her, and I know she's not unsafe. She waves people on that are faster. She doesn't aggressively brake in corners, nothing. She slows down for corners like you're actually supposed to do, right? So I know how this lady rides, and it's not unsafe. If anything, it's perfectly safe. You know what I mean? But this dipshit was following too close. It's almost like he had the track in his head, like this is a racetrack. She slowed down for a corner, and you know, he comes hauling ass. And risked rear-ending her, so he decided to put it in the ditch. And then now he wants her to pay for the damages, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I've never heard of that bullshit before. Like, you're following too close, she slows down for a corner like she's supposed to, and you want her to pay for the damages? Fuck that shit. Obviously these guys are going too slow, getting the right. No point of me trying to get aggressive. Yeah, it's just such a bullshit scenario that I'm like, I've been behind that girl in rides and come up before a corner and she's like, go ahead. You know what I mean? Waves me on ahead. I'm gonna say I looked, I never saw that guy's blinker on, so I don't know if his rear blinker is bumped, but I'm happy that guy just didn't you know, try and switch lanes in front of me like that. I figured he wanted to pass though. Or merge. Yeah, it's just one of those stupid things that, you know, that's why like I like small group rides and I like group rides, but mostly when I know they're you know, apparently this guy was experienced. I don't know. To me that seems inexperienced, following too close like that. Where you the only choice you have is to go in the ditch. Like, why are you following that close? They've ridden before. Like, apparently they were friends and stuff. But that friendship is over, which is sad. That's what happens, man. That's what happens when you ride too close and you be unsafe and you act stupid, and then you point the blame at somebody else. That's how you know a non-experienced rider. An experienced rider will try and figure out what actually went wrong, or he'll know if it's a true 50-50. An inexperienced rider will only put blame on other people or other reasons. It's never them. It's never them. Pretty ballsy. It's never them. It's just like left-hand turns here. You don't want to get caught in the middle of the intersection up ahead. Just stay back, and then when you're ready to go, go. If you get caught in that intersection and there's like an ambulance or something coming, or somebody blows a red light, maybe a drunk driver or something like that, and you're just sitting there. Can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. Just blah blah. And always make sure they stop, because even if that guy would have continued on through the red light, he would have blown the red light, it would have been my fault, because I'm not supposed to assume that people are going to stop for through traffic when I'm taking a left-hand turn. Follow too close. Don't ride beyond your means. Single file through corners. These are rules of group rides that are, you know, fundamental to safety. You know, and that's the thing too, that people that host these group rides is actually you know, the girl who slowed down going into the corner, which there's nothing wrong with it. You should do that. You don't want to, you know, go in hot, right? And it's not like sketchy braking or anything like that. It's literally like normal slowing down, like you would normally do, and this guy is fucking bam, bam. It's stupid. It's stupid. It should have never happened. You know, I feel bad for her more than him, because it's like, you know, why did he put you in that position? He shouldn't have never put you in that position, or put her in that position. That's my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and that's mine. You know? You got to keep it single file through corners. You just don't know. It's like, why are you following too close through a corner? Like, that's just the dumbest shit. Give yourself a buffer, a little bit of buffer. That way you can choose left or right to go around or slow down. It gives you time to react. Because when you don't leave yourself time to react, remember, it's not a racetrack. What do? First place you pick, the ditch. And then tries to get like damages paid. Like, are you stupid? You guys have ridden together before, if you're faster than her, why are you trying to bully her through a corner? Stupid. Oh, well, what can you do, right? Live and learn. That's all you can do is live and learn. Yeah, that's why I wanted to share that story with you. Just because it is a wake-up call. It is, you know, it's just like passing bikes. You know, normally you'd be in stagger formation. My buddies and I, when we go riding, we're riding staggered. We come across a bicycle on the side of the road. You know, the one hand, we always do the one hand up in the air, the one finger up in the air, single file. We all file single file past the bike. We don't all go blasting by like animals. You know what I mean? There's rules to this. Going through corners, single file. Staggered formation otherwise. Don't ride directly beside each other. That way, I have room to maneuver like that around potholes or an animal on the road, anything, an oil spot, whatever the case may be. You never know what you're going to come across on the streets, which is exactly why you keep your distance. If you're following too close, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if the person brake checks you in front of you. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be following too close. It's a shame that a friendship was ended over that, but that's what happens when you deal with assholes. Oh, it's gonna rain. Starting to rain. Hopefully it holds off. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Kind of more or less like an eye-opener of why you should be careful, why you should ride staggered formation. Why you should ride single file through corners and past bicycles. You just got to give yourself that buffer zone. That what if. That, oh, I got to fucking do something. You know what I mean? Because really, I mean, it could be somebody pulling out of the driveway, anything. Right? At least you give yourself time to react, and maybe instead of 2 or 3 bikes that are in a bad wreck, it's just one person, then you're able to help that person. I mean, there's lots of what ifs, why don't. There's lots of that shit. So anyways, you guys have a good one. Be safe. If you take anything away from this video, it's don't ride beyond your means and don't follow too close. That's a fucking a big no-no. People complain about doing it in cars all the time, so why do people do it on bikes? I've made a video strictly about that before, but it's just absurd. It's absurd that people actually do it as a motorcyclist. Take care, guys. Peace.